Good morning, broadcasters. 360 Seconds News and Commentary for Broadcast Professionals is on the air. I'm Maria Koladova from TKT. Let's discuss the latest technological news with our respected expert, Philip Grossman. Don't forget to give the program a like. Sony has unveiled its latest camera technology, the BRC-AM7, a PTZ camera that promises to enhance video production quality with its state-of-the-art features. This camera is particularly suited for broadcasting, live events, and sports productions. So, Philip, can you talk to us a little bit about this?
Yeah, we always hear that statement, we have to do more with less. And this is, I think, one of those products that allows companies, especially small burgeoning companies or even large companies, to do more with less, meaning less people. The AI technology, and I know that buzzword gets thrown around a lot, but the AI really seems to be very focused on the framing, which is fantastic. So it enables you to sort of remove that person who you need to sort of aim the camera, and or in the sports world just add way more cameras to a system where you wouldn't have enough people to move them all robotically, and to have them track people I think is pretty amazing. And it has, the backside of it looks like a cheese board. It's got every connection imaginable, which is fantastic. Even has NDI in it. Does not have, at least I did not read, does not have SMPTE 2110, although there is an SFP on the back of it which would enable them to potentially have SMPTE 2110 in it. So overall, I think it's a great product. It's got a larger than 2/3 inch sensor, which is your typical sensor for television. It's got it looks like it's got a 1 inch sensor. So it does provide a lot in a small package. I don't know what the price is. I couldn't find the pricing on it at this point in time. It was announced. So hopefully it's priced competitively and you'll start to see lots of organizations, I think, pick this up, especially I think high schools and colleges with a lower budget wanting to really raise their production value. This would be a fantastic product for them.
Great, thank you. Now moving on to Viltrox. With its robust feature set and competitive pricing, the Viltrox AF 16mm f1.8 is marketed as an attractive option for photographers and videographers using Nikon Z mount systems looking for a versatile wide-angle lens. So, Philip, more camera talk. Talk to us about this.
Yeah, so I love wide angle lenses. That's my go-to lens. My favorite's my 1635 Canon, and I do have a 14-1.8. So this is Viltrox is really starting to produce some quality lenses. I'd like to see what the breathing is. That's usually the biggest issue. On a photo lens, it's not an issue. On a video lens, it is an issue. As you're focusing, as you focus in and out, the image changes size. Is called breathing. So it'd be interesting to see how the breathing is on that particular lens. But I think it's a great wide lens. I'm excited to see more lenses coming for the Z mount. I have a feeling with Red's purchase, or excuse me, Nikon's purchase of Red, and the technology transfer that's going to happen between those two companies, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more Z mount based lenses. I'm sort of hoping we find some EF to Z mount adapters. There's a few on the marketplace just to save me some money during the transition. But it overall looks like a fantastic lens. It's a fast aperture 1.8, and a wide field of view, that's 16 millimeters, which is it's the widest I'd say someone would want to go, and it's full frame, but it's sort of the widest somebody would want to go, I think, within the video sort of interview set type lens or sports lens. Any wider than that, you get some distortions in people's faces and the stuff around. But in general, I think it's a great product. I'd like to sort of test out and see what the focus breathing is like.
Great, thanks. Now moving on to our last news item of the day. Apple is set to release a new app, Final Cut Camera, designed to enhance video recording capabilities for iPhone and iPad. The app will allow users to monitor and control video feeds live when using the live multicam feature in Final Cut Pro for iPad 2. So, Philip, tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to wrap my head around why people would want to edit on their iPad. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. But I get it. My best friend said, well, the Gen Z and the millennials, they don't want to do a big monitor. I prefer big monitor, but it's an interesting technology. The fact that a lot of people have an iPad, you may have one or two iPhones, you get to do multi-camera live. It's sort of getting into the live switcher recorder. I can see this being extended potentially. Apple's real big at creating ecosystems. with the lightning cable and the MagSafe. And this might be that next thing that pushes camera manufacturers sort of into that Apple world, or ecosystems that can communicate with the Final Cut on the iPad. And of course, this will eventually, I think, make it to the desktop if it's already not in the desktop. So it'll be interesting to see where these things go. Again, I don't see people editing on the iPad, but now all of a sudden it turns the iPad into a live switcher, being able to control multiple cameras. Now, granted, those are iPhones and iPads right now, but I can't see a day where somebody's not going to develop some type of interface to allow any camera to communicate. And those types of things just enable small production companies really to sort of take their production to sort of that next level, as they say, and really produce fantastic quality. And it's really that it's just a set of tools that helps the smaller to mid-size organization. So I'm excited to see what Apple does. I'm an Apple fanboy, so I have to say that.
Great, thanks. Well, many thanks to our expert, Philip Grossman, and don't forget to comment on the news that we've discussed. We'll see you next week at the same time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.